Hello, everyone. Good to be here. I realize it's me and lunch, so I'll keep you entertained. I had the chance of speaking to some of you during the break and in the morning, and as I even look around the room, I see that we all have a common obsession. So every day, every month, every quarter, we pore over our dashboards. And what's the one metric that we all look at? Subscriber growth. Now, recently, some of us have definitely started to feel some friction in growth. It's getting harder, and churn is getting a little bit more expensive. And in the last decade or so, we have built very strong digital subscription businesses by asking one of our most loyal customers to actually subscribe to us. And that's what brings me to my presentation today. So the subscription model is not wrong, but it is incomplete. I know that's a bold statement, but I will share more as we go along. So let's look at the reality of the customer landscape today. Lisa shared a lot about it, Sarah did. It's changing the way customers are consuming journalism today. What we are seeing here is asking customers to subscribe to us, to commit to us, when they're already feeling very overwhelmed with the number of subscriptions that they have today. Half of the customers, 50%, are actually saying that they have fatigue, and younger audiences are spending almost 7 hours poring over news media and social media. And as we saw in some of the presentations today, most of them don't have any kind of brand loyalty. It is actually content that drives their loyalty, not the brand, which makes it hard for all of us. And whether we like it or not, today, social algorithms and AI actually own the discovery process. So the opportunity cost of ignoring is really massive. So when we in the US at the Washington Post mapped out what our total addressable market is, we found 38 million customers who are engaged or interested in news. So that's massive. And half of them, that's 19 million, said they are interested in a product called flexible access. More to reveal later. But the biggest number that you should be paying attention to is 12 million, which is 2/3 of the 19 million said that we will actually open up our wallets and pay for the right product and choice. And really, it's not surprising, given most of them do hit a paywall. And that's what happens when they do find our journalism. These are industry stats, not Washington Post stats. 74% actually hit a paywall, and only 1% convert. Now, Piano, who has a lot of information across hundreds of publishers, say that 13% actually cancel on day one. I'll repeat that again. That's 13% canceling on day one. So that really is not churn, it's rejection. They came for something, but they were forced to subscribe. And 40% actually cancel within 60 days. So customers value journalism. They do like to read, they would like to engage, but the current subscription model is not designed for all customers. Some of them do want that flexibility. And the younger audiences prefer choices, short-term flexibility. They don't want to commit upfront immediately. And so what I will walk through today is how the flexible access product actually fits into the broader monetization model. And one thing I want to make clear before I go ahead is we are not stepping away from subscriptions. Subscriptions is still our core. We are expanding around it. Something that we have observed, and a lot of research has also been done on this, is that the willingness to pay, there is a big gap between willingness to pay and willingness to commit. And this is where flexible access comes in, because it is giving you a low commitment way to actually purchase and access on your terms. And what we are seeing, and I'll talk more about the success metrics later, is that it actually increases the overall paying user base. So when I say paying user base, I mean anybody that actually wants to give us money for our journalism, but also is helping the overall subscription portfolio What do I mean by that? The 13% that cancel on day one, when presented with the choice of flexible access or subscriptions, the ones that really don't want to subscribe actually are picking up the flexible access product. What that does then is actually increase the retention rate on the subscription portfolio. So what does the right product really look like? We did a lot of research at the Post, and we looked at week pass, day pass, and paper article. Now, 62% of customers actually found week pass very appealing for those intense news moments. 57% like day pass, and nearly half said that they found paper article just for that one article very appealing. As one 25-year-old in our research said, the right market segment that actually does want these products is short-term access is genius. Now, I know flexible access or these different type of micropayments, pay-as-you-go, whatever you want to call them, has been tested. This is something, not a new concept that I'm talking about. But perhaps the timing of it is right now with the customer consumption fragmentation, but the technology is there. You double-click on your phone and you can pay. So perhaps this is the right time with the audience changing consumption patterns and the technology to make this work. So appeal is one thing, but what about price elasticity? What we really wanted to understand is how much premium can we actually charge for this short-term access? So we did a lot of testing. We did do over 25 tests last year. I've lost count. But you can see that we tested 4 week pass in this instance for 3 price points, $4, $7, and $10. And we had a control group that just had the subscription offer. What you will also notice is that the flexible access product is placed next to a subscription offer. It is not offered as a standalone. We want to make sure that subscription remains the strongest value product. So now I know what most of you are thinking, because I asked myself the same question, so did everybody else at the Washington Post who was working on the project. Are we going to cannibalize subscriptions? Trust me, I've spent many sleepless nights dreaming about flexible access, but the answer for us is no. So flexible access is not really a replacement for subscriptions. If you think about it, it is that middle funnel. The customers who would come to access but saw a paywall did not want to commit and then bounced back. And I'll also share later on that how it can also be those new audiences that Lisa was talking about, which is getting harder because of Google AI reviews and search just simply going away. It's more like a bridge between a registered user and a subscriber. They have a need, and you're meeting that need in the moment for what they want, and they're willing to pay for it. And so instead of giving a binary choice as we've always done in the past, subscribe or leave, we are now presenting customers with choices. Again, I think Mark or Max, forget the name, spoke about it. He was talking about price flexibility. This is really customer choice, giving them flexible options to figure out how they want to access and pay. So taking a step back, what we have done last year is move away about thinking from a single core product to a broader monetization model. So we had one subscription product, core, and so last year we spent a lot of time diversifying it. If you look at the bottom, it starts with really partnerships and licensing. And what that does is it's increasing the reach beyond our owned and operated platforms. So more eyeballs on our journalism. And flexible access above that fits the need of those untapped audiences who are looking for, who are basically low intent but moment-driven news, who will pay for it. And then we have core and premium. Something else we did last year with the help of our product and engineering team is enhance the value proposition of premium subscription. It really was an undifferentiated product, and so now we have 3 extra accounts that you can share with friends and family, and also have partner perks. We have Booking.com, you get 10% discount on your travel, and we have 2 local partners, music and sports, and we're looking to enhance that as well. By the way, we launched this before New York Times launched their family plan and The Atlantic this year. Had to say that. On top of that, we have a premium offering that's built for a very unique audience. So with WP Intelligence, it's a briefing and analysis service for business and policy leaders. So what it does, it takes very complex developments that are happening around the world in the areas of climate, health, energy, security, AI, and technology. And these analysts who prepare these reports are journalists. So they provide their expertise in analysis, research for these business leaders to act. And then on the very top, we have WP Councils, where basically C-suite executives have access to both content as well as analysts, peer conversations, closed door, access to many other events, which is by invitation only. Okay, coming back to flexible access. So who are these audiences who are purchasing flexible access? As you can see, 42% is net new. This is what I was talking about. It could be an upper funnel strategy where audiences are coming who previously would not have considered Washington Post because they did not want to subscribe, or they just wanted access to that one piece of content but then hit the paywall. But now we are presenting them with options. And 33% are registered users. So these are customers who have given us their email address, but they have not established a paying relationship with us. And it's also effective in getting some of the terminated subscribers back and reestablishing that paying relationship. So, all right, who are these customers? Well, they're a different type of audience. Now, most of them, they come through social or search. They also use mobile. And the most important part is that they're motivated by different type of content. They are looking for health, wellness, lifestyle, and archives. They are not so motivated by political or opinion content, which actually is good for us because it is not cannibalizing our core. And bottom line, I would say, is we really aren't trading high-value audiences for low-value customers, but we are actually establishing a wider funnel. So we removed a lot of friction. We captured their first payment. We have their credit card on file. What do they then do? And I think this is what all of us should think very seriously is there a probability of these customers actually repurchasing or upgrading to a subscriber? So now for us, the answer is yes. I will say that paper article has been there for the shortest period, so these stats are roughly a little less than 3 months, but we have more data on WeekPass. All of this is organic, which means that my team has still not done sophisticated journeys to continue to engage these customers to either repurchase or subscribe. So for, I think, organic upgrade, upsell, these stats are pretty impressive. So WeekPass converts, it's hard to see, WeekPass converts at 8%, DayPass at 4%, and paper article at 3%. And then when you look at who's subscribing, existing registrants are 40%, but those new registration numbers are pretty good. They are at 38%. And it's also an effective win-back strategy. They left us for whatever reason, but they're still interested, and we are giving them a non-committal way to continue that interest with us and then, again, sell them back subscription. But the most interesting part was that organically, 13% actually chose premium subscription, which is our higher priced product than core subscription. And the repeat behavior is also very encouraging. So what we are finding is that paper article really is our most effective entry point. It delivers the highest paying users as well as retention rate. And it's an easy way to really convert those anonymous, casual, low-intent audiences into known and getting payment from them. So this is just a visual on how paper article works on our paywall. It's really very simple, beautiful designs by our product design team. Streamlined, frictionless. As you can see, all the options are presented in a very clear fashion alongside subscription, easy checkout process. So I'll leave you with this takeaway. Flexible access is just not a new product or a pricing experimentation for us. This is how we are unlocking the new value capture. It's basically allowing us to meet customers where they are early in their journey and give them choice in how they want to engage and pay us. So the subscription model got us there. It's not wrong, but it is a little bit incomplete with the changing demand from customers. Now we have also written a white paper. You're welcome to scan the QR code and read our journey along the way on all the tests and the learnings we have. I see some cameras, so I'll wait. And open it up for questions.
Thanks, Anjali.
Hey, John.
Oh, hello. That was really interesting. Wow. A really quick one, actually. So that flow was mobile web, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
How does it work in the app?
It works well, too. We just actually introduced flexible access in the app recently. Most of our audiences in flexible access are really registered users and terminated subscribers. We have a few anonymous users, but it's proving out to be well. The price points on the app actually is very different than on-site because the audience is so different in the app. We are testing different price points to see what really works in the app right now.
And are you using external links, or are you doing it through the App Store when they're actually purchasing?
It is through the App Store. External links is something we are working towards. Haven't gotten there yet. I need to improve the conversion rate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anjali, thank you so much. And also, can I just say, I'm so excited to finally see somebody pursuing the flexible access model, because I think this is what we're missing. I really do think this is what we're missing in our subscription businesses. And I wish you all the success, because if you get it right, then maybe other people will follow, which is really what we do need. My question is just referring back to what I was talking about a little earlier about the this is the sort of the B2C model and a variation on the B2C model. How are you thinking about the B2A, the agentic payment model, which is coming quite fast down the line as well? And how do these two business models work together? Is one kind of above ground, the other one's happening sort of behind the scenes? How are you thinking about that? Thanks.
Yeah, actually, we just started those conversations with our head of engineering and data security, like how can we take these micropayments with bot and agents? Haven't gotten there, but we have started to actually lay out what the landscape looks like today and where there might be opportunities for creating that monetization as agents are actually shopping around for customers, or even bots. Like if you want to scrape the content, pay me.